And right now, those two are neck and neck when it comes to the general election. We're still a year out, though, so there's a lot, and everything can change in within the next year. But do you think the impeachment inquiry into President Biden slash this Hunter Biden looming shadow is more of a sideshow, or do you think this will weaken him to the point where he really could lose based on this alone?
I don't think he could lose based on this alone. I think the main problem has been the economy. I must say they've kind of missed a bullet. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, has so far done an extraordinary job. Everybody who's predicted a recession has been wrong. They've managed to raise interest rates, slow the inflation, which they'll have to stay on, keep their pedal on the brakes to make sure it doesn't resume. But they did it without, so far, causing a recession. The second thing, I think, that is a potential black swan event, as they sometimes say, rare event that could have a big impact. We've had over 70 attacks on American troop installations and ships by proxies of Iran. That's pretty clear to me that it's had that whatever we're doing to deter Iran may have deterred them from giving the green light to Hezbollah in southern Lebanon from a large scale attack and so forth. But it hasn't risen to the level of a salient issue for the American voter. The first American who was killed, and it's just an accident that none have been, first American who's killed by an Iranian proxy is, plus the fact that still have hostages in Gaza, is going to put a real focus on Joe Biden's foreign policy. And remember, it'll bring back memories of how poorly we exited Afghanistan. So that's another potential. So I would say the economy, Joe's age, this potential black swan event are all there. And I think that the main thing that the Republicans will be hoping to get out of the impeachment investigation, they can't win in the Senate. They probably can't run a full impeachment vote successfully in the House because more than a dozen members of Republicans in the House were elected from districts that Joe Biden won in 2020, and those people will be very reluctant to vote out a president when we're within a year of a new election. They'll just say, and quite reasonably, this is something the voters should decide. So what the Republicans can do is create the perception, which I think is quite real, that the Biden family was engaged in a corrupt enterprise and that it centered around Joe Biden, who knew it and aided it. And then the question will be, who do you most want to vote against, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?